What's up, YouTubers? My name is Jordan Harris, and welcome back to ReviewTube. And today we're reviewing this big movie that everyone thought this was the final Star Wars movie, and that was Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Episode 8. And the reason why was its title, duh, The Last Jedi. What you mean by The Last Jedi, you know it's Luke Skywalker, because you know he dies in this movie, and when you say The Last Jedi, you're saying he's the last soldier, he's the last person, he's the man in the middle. Yeah, The Last Jedi. Like I said, all those examples, what I mean by the last person standing, well, yes, he's the last person standing because he's Luke Skywalker, and he's now the true Jedi Master, such as Obi-Wan Kenobi was in the last Star Wars films. But this time we have Luke Skywalker standing out as the real Jedi Master in this new generation. But before we get into this movie, please give me that thumbs up and subscribe my channel and go on notification bar if you do not want to miss a video I post. And let's get on with the video. So Kylo Ren has returned, and can I be honest with all of you guys who are Star Wars fans? Kylo Ren is not a good villain. And here's the reason why. Well, in this case, you may say he is a villain, but doesn't really express his true evil personality. When you look at Darth Vader, you see him in a big, dark outfit, and you just say, he's the villain. He's the one who wants to have a plan to take over the world, which is mostly all supervillains who are overpowered. But for someone like Kylo Ren, it's not much of taking over the world. It's just trying to kill one person, which is Luke Skywalker, and that's his one goal, trying to kill this certain person that he hates the most, Luke Skywalker. But for Darth Vader, on the other hand, he's just a villain who just wants to take over the world. I mean, he's a great villain, but most other villains who are not that great believe taking over the world is their thing, although they're overpowered. But for people who are less overpowered, like Darth Vader or any other villain, then it's alright by me. But if it's someone overpowered and pretty overrated, an overrated character, then no. But here's an example of a good villain who has a better purpose of being evil, and that is Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger. And I would have to say he is a good villain because he just wants to take over just mankind, any type of life that really hurts him. And well, his character is mostly just trying to take over different parts of society when he becomes a king. And when you become a king, sometimes you may become a communist, and that leads to a lot of other injustice problems. So that's how I like Michael B. Jordan's character, because he just shows true strength as a villain, and that really shows his good nature of acting, and that's really good. And another character who's not that overpowered is Arnold Schwarzenegger as T-800, and in the first Terminator movie, because in this film we already know that he is the main villain in this movie because he is looking for Sarah Connor and is trying to eliminate her. And we have Kyle Reese, who is the love interest of Sarah Connor. They run away from this evil robot, and also in the future she's gonna have a kid named John Connor, which is in the second Terminator movie, Judgment Day. But for the true Schwarzenegger role as T-800, this really shows his true villain plot, and which is getting Sarah Connor, and I think it's pretty well done on how they do it. But for Kylo Ren, who is just a guy who doesn't really show much of a evil villain plot, then you start feeling bored of him. But whatever, he's an okay villain, but not in my opinion. But when I was talking about Skywalker, when he was trying to kill Skywalker, let me just talk about Skywalker. For mostly mostly for Skywalker, he's pretty much depressed in the whole movie. Well, part of the movie. When Rey came to see Luke Skywalker, what does Luke do? Turn his back away from her. And we're like, why is he being such a jerk about it? Because he believes he failed his life for making Ben Solo into Kylo Ren, which makes him become a villain. And this is how Luke Skywalker feels, living alone, feeling all sober and not having much of a happy life after his past of trying to take care of Ben Solo. Oh, but most of all, he just turns into a villain, which makes Luke Skywalker feel really bad and believes he's the true villain. But Rey doesn't really see that, and we don't really see that in him. His character's just lagging a little bit when you see him lonely and depressed. But for him, he starts getting back to his senses and teaches Rey the Force and how it works, and explains it just like how Obi-Wan Kenobi told him when in the first Star Wars film, A New Hope. But this so far is pretty interesting how they do it. And when we saw Luke Skywalker fight Kylo Ren, it was pretty smooth and pretty well done, and how they do the angles and the fighting choreography with them felt really good. And we also saw a fight against Rey and Kylo Ren fighting against Snoke's army. When we saw Kylo Ren speaking to Snoke, what does he do? He kills Snoke. He slices him in half, and then then we have Rey and Kylo Ren working together until we see him trying to have Rey come join the dark side with him, but she rejects him and, well, doesn't even care. But for Luke Skywalker, we see him fight Kylo Ren, and that was pretty cool. But actually, that wasn't Luke Skywalker, because he was the one who was using all his power to make it look like he's fighting Kylo Ren, but he isn't, because it's just a clone of himself, and he's just using the Force to make it look like he's there fighting Kylo Ren, which is pretty interesting and pretty surprising. And then we see him die, which really hurt us in the movie theaters. And Kylo Ren lost again, and we see Luke Skywalker die, and it really hurt me. And must have hurt all of you, because you like Luke Skywalker, because he's like the true main character of Star Wars, and I would have to say the same thing. But anyway, that's the main thing about the movie, the death of Luke Skywalker. And we later have the final movie, The Rise of Skywalker. But before I get to that, I'm going to do a review of the Solo movie. And comment down below about what your favorite moments of Star Wars throughout the movie series is. Just comment down below with your thoughts, and I hope you guys enjoy the next video I'm doing, which is Solo. Thank you, and have a great day, and I love this movie to pieces. Thank you.